Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams, and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. You've done your best and it shows, beautiful being. This is giving like hard work paying off type of energy. You've been putting in work and you're being rewarded for that. You've kept your focus where it needs to be. Yeah. Something about singing a sweet melody. You might be singing because you're so happy, like something is about to happen that makes you really happy. I'm seeing somebody sing in the shower. So you might do that, or that might happen soon because you're going to be really pleased with something. Thank you, Divine. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Yeah, you're coming at a time where someone wanted to control you. I'm seeing this handcuff. One is closed, one is open. So it's like you've been in the process of freeing yourself. Perhaps someone wanted you to feel powerless, but you've chosen to free yourself. Yeah, somebody may have been taking shots. We have a slingshot here. For some of you, this could be literal. Like somebody could have been trying to throw things, cast stones, throw things at your home. Or it could have been figurative, you know, like they were trying to throw attacks using energy, spiritual attacks. Okay. White rabbit. This control and these attacks that someone tried to send you created a spark. Like it created friction. But for you, that friction turned into curiosity. Like you wanted to do something to free yourself. And so you were like, how can I free myself? How can I be who I need to be despite what's going on? You know? So you chose to heed the call. There's something that you've been researching, and also you've been going along with your inner knowing. There was a rabbit in the last reading. It's something about taking quick action. I'm getting here that you didn't hesitate to follow the guidance that your soul was giving you. There's something about allowing yourself to go down the rabbit hole. Like where people say, you know how people say, oh, I digress. Like they'll go on a tangent while they're talking and they say, I digress. Divine is like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to allow your mind to take divine trips to explore other worlds. Yeah. You're taking like divine detours. It's like it might not be the straight way that you thought you were going to go, but you're exploring. You're an explorer. And you explore different parts of your mind, different realms. Okay. There's something that has happened within a relationship. But this is coming through as, like with the thunderstorm card, it's coming through as an opportunity to overcome conflict. triumphing over evil within a relationship. Feels like a good storm. You know, when the energy feels thick, you know those days where you're just like, oh, like you might be picking up on projections from other people. You might be sensing things around you, whether it's in a work environment or a neighborhood or a community of some sort, and you're picking up on the thick energy. It feels so good to have a thunderstorm, or it could just be a rain, like a heavy rain, because it cleanses the energy. And then after the thunderstorm or after the rain, it's just like everything feels clean again, you know? It's like what we do with spiritual baths, but it's Mother Nature's way of cleansing the energy and the environment, you know? So there's something about that where there's something that someone meant to use as an attack. And for some reason I keep seeing this slingshot, like somebody really may have been, like, I just see somebody like using a slingshot trying to throw things at your house. Somebody may have attacked your property, but whatever they attacked, they did it to try to put you in a fearful state so that you would mess something up, like in quotes, right? Mess something up in a relationship. Somebody wanted you to go crazy, and they wanted someone else to see you as crazy. So it's like, what is that they say? Throwing rocks and hiding your hands. That's what this person was doing. It's like reactive abuse, you know? They wanted to make you upset so that you would flip out, and then they would be like, what is wrong with you? Well, do you want me to go down the list of things that you have done to me? You know, it's kind of like that. Like there's somebody who was really trying to make you upset, but they didn't want anybody to see what they were doing. They were throwing rocks and hiding their hands. They wanted to be the source of you. I'm just hearing losing it. Like this person wanted you to lose your sanity. They wanted you to be in a very unbalanced mental state. But see, I'm seeing them misfire with the slingshot, and somehow whatever rocks they were throwing, they came right back upside their head. Like clonk. Really? Okay? So there are forces that are working with that, whoever this was that was sending this energy to you. But I see that they were trying to impact a relationship in your world. They wanted someone that loves you to think that you were crazy. But really, this was an opportunity to tap into your inner knowing. Yeah, somebody wanted to silence you, and it came out right over handcuffs, which is also about control. This is a control freak, okay? And this is somebody who's been doing this, operating in this sort of energy for, I heard, eons. So this could actually be someone who's controlled by a spirit. There's something about their bloodline. That's how they operate. Okay? Reptilian is coming through. So this person is on an extremely low frequency, but reptilian, that makes sense because this is all about control, and we know what the reptilians are all about. You know, also wanting to censor your goodness, your wisdom. They didn't want you speaking facts. They didn't want you speaking facts. They didn't want you speaking wisdom. Also, this is a Libra card, the book burning card. It's a Libra card. So there's something about justice that they did not want to happen. This person hates truth. But you know what? You're coming through as this cool cat energy. I love that. Look. You're a cool cat. That's your energy that's coming through. This is scorpionic energy, and you know the cat. And also scorpionic energy is extremely psychic, extremely intuitive. Also, there's something about being aware of the underworld. It's something about the energy of death that does not scare you. You're not easily shaken. I'm hearing because you've been through so much. This person didn't know what you've been through. And they thought that whatever it was that you've been through in a past life, you would forget that wisdom, but you tapped into it. That's the cat energy. That's the scorpionic energy. You're so psychically intuitive that you were able to reach back into past lifetimes and get that wisdom that your past selves were like, here, 11:11 on the timer. Portals were open for wisdom from your past selves, your past lives, and your ancestral spirits were all, and your spirit allies were like, here, here, here. So that's why you were able to be cool and calm. And there's something about this controlling energy that was trying to target you that you did not engage with it. This could have led this person to feel very rejected. Might be what they needed to have some sort of a wake-up call. Oh, wow. So, okay, this is the roundabout card. And circular reasoning, fluid, many working parts, connections. Something about the way that you learn. You notice patterns, and that helps you to grow, but also you allow yourself to explore. Okay. And then I've got fishing pole. You have become extremely reliant on yourself and on spirit. It's like somebody wanted to take away your resources. So you were like, okay, well, maybe you want to take away my car so I can't get to the grocery store. Maybe you want to, and I'm speaking like metaphorically here. Maybe you want to take away this or that, but I've got a fishing pole and I can walk to the pond so I can still eat. It's like you still found a way to make things work. And that's just you. You always will do that. You will always find a way to make things work. Thank you, Divine. Please clarify this energy. What's coming through with this thunderstorm and rings? Okay, we've got 9 of Swords on the fence. 8 of Wands. Hermit. 4 of Cups. There's something that you've rejected. Well, for one thing, I'm getting that you reject confusion. Because we've got 2 of Swords. Oh, 2 of Swords and the 3 of Cups here. Yeah, there's devil energy that wanted you sad. They wanted you to feel rejected, but you rejected this frequency instead. There was communication. Also with 8 of Wands, sometimes I see that as attacks, and it's right underneath. Ooh. Let me show you how this is. It was like the slingshot, right? So they were sending energy. Look at that. With the 8 of Wands, that's what they were trying to send. With attacks, right? But look, here you are. Meow. You're like, who are you? Girl, bye. Boy, bye. Okay? They wanted you to feel like this, but you left them feeling like that. Whoever this was that was trying to attack you with this energy of sadness and depression I'm getting, it feels like they wanted you to feel depressed. This could have been coming from a Three of Cups. It could be a group of siblings. It could be a group of family members. It could be a group of frenemies. Okay? But they wanted you confused and stuck, asking, what is my life? What is my life? But you rejected this energy. And you went hermit mode. You isolated. Well, you got to see the Spider-Man movie if you haven't already. Oh, I saw it today. It's so good. Because it talks a lot about isolating and solitude. But then I'll try to remember to link a video. Let me do this so I remember to put it in the video. Minute 15. Okay. About going into isolation, but then eventually, you know, there's a time for collaborating, right? Great movie. Great movie. If you haven't already seen it, I recommend it. But yeah, there's something about this where somebody really wanted you worried, and perhaps you pulled yourself out of this worry, because we've got Nine of Swords here, but it's on the fence. It's like you could have been in that state, but you were like, oh no, that's not what my life is meant to be. I just saw the Nine of Wands and the Six of Swords. You were courageous enough to move to a calmer state. Yeah, this is facts. And look, you really chose to move to a better place because you were facing the Seven of Swords. But you're here with the Nine of Scarabs, the Nine of Pentacles. Independent abundance and stability. You're moving forward now to this energy of the Queen of Cups. I see this both as you, okay? Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. You're balanced in your water and your fire. Like, you can be soft and loving and nurturing, but you can also be that bad man. You know what I mean? You can be that one that's like, oh no, boo-boo, not today. You know? You can set boundaries. Also, you're extremely creative. Yeah, and then once again, the Five of Pentacles with the slingshot and the burning books where somebody wanted to censor you. What about this Five of Pentacles? Somebody wanted to test your stability. They wanted to burden you because we had the Four of Pentacles here. And it was on the fence. But you're seeing here as the Star, and you got the Ten of Wands here. Who wanted to burden the Star? That's why they wanted to burden you, is because you have that energy of the Star. Yeah, and your magic is undeniable with Weret Hakau. You're beautiful. You're a nurturer, a comforter. You bring comfort to beings. And there's something that's over so that you can start on a new path. Something has closed out and you're able to start on a new path. And this is in large part because of the boundaries that you have here. Mm-hmm. Okay. What else is coming through to clarify this energy, Spirit? Please clarify hands off. Okay. Oh. So I was wondering when Spirit was going to get to this, because it showed that there was a thunderstorm, okay, regarding a relationship or a union, a relationship or a marriage, okay? And that all of these attacks were an opportunity to overcome conflict. So it's almost as if, okay, like whoever you're in a relationship with, take this as it resonates, because for some of you, you are in a divine union. For some of you, you are not. So if you're not in a divine union, this could be past, present, or future, okay? But take it how it resonates. What is coming through is that there were, I was about to say massive attacks. And then I hesitated because I was like, was it that serious, Spirit? But that's what was coming through. Massive attacks. Listen, whoever this was, and it did come through as a 3 of Cups, they were, like, this energy is so disgusting. It's so gross what they were doing. The level of focus, 2121 on the timer. Divine is like, that's why this mess is closing out. Because it was so gross and you didn't deserve it. But Divine used it to serve you. You see how I love how Spirit does that, where they'll take the ugliest situations, like the most hideous, the darkest. Oh, that's why you got to see Spider-Man. It speaks about all of this, but Divine will take the ugliest, most hideous situations and allow us to grow from them. Like, and that's what this was. So at the bottom of the deck was adulting. So there's some way in which the relationship between you and your lover, okay, because what I'm getting is that these attacks were sent to you and your lover to bring an ending to the relationship, okay? Now, for who this message is for, you're in this relationship and you're rising above this nasty energy that was sent to you to attack your love, okay? Something about hands off, where it's like there may have been an energy of someone wanting to come in and either test or tempt you and get you to feel like you should be elsewhere, or they wanted to test and tempt your lover and get them to feel like they should be elsewhere. It already came through that with the attacks that were being sent through this group, whether it's family, friends, co-workers, whatever, they wanted your person to see you as 2323. They wanted your person to see you as a person who was constantly going through changes and like stuck to negative change. Like, they wanted your person to feel like if they stayed with you, nothing would ever get better. And they wanted you to feel like that about your person. They wanted to separate the both of you. Because whoever this message is for, this is a divine union. So a whole lot of people don't like that. People could see you walking down the street, hand in hand. Oh, I just hate them. Why are they so perfect? Why are they so happy in love? You know? They could see you walking anywhere together, riding in the car, looking cute together. You know, it's like, anyway. Oh, I didn't even see that card. Look, Cloud 9 and my boo. I love that. So this is your true energy. Also something about you and your lover and the sun energy. Happiness, success, joy, bright times, okay? You're meant for the long road, and this love helps you to glow up. So that's how you know if this is your reading, because in a divine union, your love relationship helps you to grow. It's not always perfect. It's not always easy, because then it wouldn't be a relationship. It would be fake. Because nothing that's really great is easy all the time. You know what I mean? But when it's good, when it's truly good for you, the hard times will be worth it. The hard times don't take you out. The hard times just make you stronger, and you become stronger together in a divine union. You always find a way to come together and appreciate one another in a divine union. That's what a divine union is about. It's about taking the tough times, learning from them, growing together, and always returning to a place where you appreciate one another. And there are beings in this Three of Cups who, they're never going to have that experience, because they've wasted all of their time and energy trying to attack you and your divine union. So therefore, whatever chance they ever had in this Three of Cups, friends, family, co-workers, whoever they are, that were sending those slingshots, okay, when they did that to you, what they did is they canceled out every blessing that they ever had access to. They canceled them all. With every single thing, every single dart, every single evil word that they spoke towards you, every single spell that they tried to work against you and your mental state and your emotional state and your home and your family and your children and your lover. Every single word, every spell, every dollar that they spent on work being done against your life, they canceled out every single blessing that they might ever be able to put a hand on in their world, that they might ever be able to manifest in their world, that they might ever be able to experience in their world. They canceled out all of their blessings. Yep. Seen right here with the world. They closed it out. They closed out all their blessings. So there's something here about temptation, because it's hands off, you know. Somebody in this Three of Cups could have been trying to tempt you, or they sent somebody to tempt you, or your lover. And it's like, you know, my boo. Cloud 9. I love that cat card. Was that in this reading, or was that the other one? Yeah. Yeah, cat. It's like, cool cat. My boo. We on cloud 9. What? Ashe. There's something here about this group. Oh, you know what I love? So these came out together, glow up and body shaming. Like, what were they trying to say about you? You are so fine. You are so beautiful. I'm seeing you walk in a room and people are like, damn. You know? Like, I see you getting reactions like that. Like, you know how people do, you know? Yeah, I'm getting chills. But whoever was trying to say something about your physical appearance, that's how they feel about themselves. You have been glowing up. And your lover sees this, and you will remain glowing up. Like, you'll always be glowing up. We just had 2929 on the timer. That's 1111. Portals are always open for you to expand and to love yourself more. You know, also, it's like the energy of Venus, where beauty is a divine frequency. It's not shallow. It's not something to be ashamed of. Investing time and energy in your inner world is necessary. And it's also extremely beneficial to do that on your body as well, because your body is a part of yourself. And to show your body love is to show yourself love. You know? Inner world, outer world. We love both. And there's something about you, yeah, let me pull a couple of these. Oh, they said this one. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for guiding me. So let's see, on this love deck. Ooh. Somebody might drink coffee. I got a little coffee tonight. I do love my coffee. I love my tea usually, but I had to get a little coffee tonight. And you know, coffee is great for spell work. Like if you want to light a candle and set an intention, let's say for creative energy, if you add a little coffee, just some coffee grounds, and rub those into the candle, it helps expedite the working. Okay, it puts good energy into it, just like it wakes us up. It wakes up the vibrations around you that you're tapping into to manifest. Okay, just a little tip there if you didn't know that, or if it interests you. Some of you do rituals, some of you don't, but take what resonates. Thank you, Divine. What does this beautiful being need to know here? This was in reverse. Bridge. Somebody tried to disconnect the bridge between you and your lover. They did not want you to build a bridge of understanding. They did not want you to make connections and have memories of past lives with your lover, or to connect with your lover's ancestors. They wanted there to be no connections between you. In fact, whoever this is that was attacking you, they didn't even want you to connect to yourself. Symbiosis, depending on each other, growing together in a unique rhythm of unity. So despite the fact that other beings wanted you to have no connections between you, you have, it's like, it's beautiful because there's this ability to rely on one another, but not being codependent. Because there is a difference. It's like being able to rely on someone or to depend on them. Like you want to be able to depend on somebody, because if you say, okay, can you be at the so-and-so to pick me up at 6? You want them to be there, right? A lot of times we're hyper independent in this in society, and that's something that the new Spider-Man movie talks about. But it's like, it's okay to depend on someone. Okay, if they have proven that they want to be dependable and they're making an effort, like a sincere effort to be dependable in your world, then yeah, like, humans are here to help one another, despite how ugly people can be to one another a lot. But we're here to help each other. There's nothing that makes you weak about relying on somebody or depending on somebody. It's just a matter of, first of all, doing what we can to be dependable for ourselves, you know? Like, I want to be able to trust myself, you know? But also selecting good people to depend on. It's really awful when we are not choosy about the people that we say we're going to depend on, and then we tell ourselves that, oh, it's okay to depend on them, and then we just allow ourselves to get hurt over and over and over again. Okay, so we should try to help ourselves, but also when we rely on someone, we should care enough about ourselves to select wisely the people that we choose to depend on or to rely on. Okay, what else here, Spirit? Guardian. Yeah, you have guardian angels and ancestors, and I'm seeing angelic beings. I always see that with this card because it looks like a little angel, but there are angelic beings that guard your relationship with your lover. Okay. And also with that depend card, or it's actually symbiosis. Symbiosis. That might be something that you are gaining strength in, because since we are such a hyper independent society, it can be scary trying to learn to trust someone. Yeah. We have so many things in our faces saying women are terrible, men are awful, relationships suck. You know, it's like so many things that discourage us from coming together. And some of these things are truly honest and help us to reflect, right? But then other things are just like spreading fear around the topic of love, the frequency of love, which is the highest frequency there is. And of course, you can have love for yourself, you can have love for the divine, you can have love for your children, you can have love for a friend, a family member, or a lover. But as long as it's love, like actual love, it is divine. You know, the thing is that so often we experience frequencies that are not love, but we call them love. You know, like, oh, I had a love relationship, but it was terrible, it was abusive, it was honey, that was not a love relationship. That was a situationship. That was not love. So let's not give love a bad reputation, because what we experienced was toxicity, you know. Balance. Yeah, things are coming into balance, beautiful being. And things are coming into balance within yourself, and therefore within your world as well. Also, it came through that there was a card that it was the book burning card that had Libra on it, and what came through was that these people who attacked you and your love life, they did not want you to have any sense of balance and truth in your life. So hello, it didn't work. Okay, their little plans did not work. Thank you, Spirit. Meet each other again, like for the first time, with fresh eyes. It's like you're getting to know each other all over again. And you're getting to know each other on a deeper level, in a different way. You may have met each other when you were younger, or like when you were in a different phase of your life. For some of you, you may have been in a different area. Like, let's say you met in California and now you live in Texas, or you met in Ireland and now you live in England, you know, something like that. It's like, not only have you shifted in age, perhaps that'll resonate with some of you, but some of you have shifted in your location or in the stage of your life. You know, maybe when you met, you were really eager to have kids, or you had young kids, or, you know, you're like in a different phase now, something like that. Maybe a different phase of your careers. And so you're getting to know each other, but like who you are now, which you both are more mature than you were before. But loving your past selves too, that's important too. Giving your past selves grace, because sometimes in a relationship it's easy to be like, I wish I had done this differently, or I wish I had done that differently. But like, you did the best you knew to do, you know? So give your past self grace. Commitment. Oh, look, that's the second card with rings on it. I feel like there's a marriage here. Look. Commitment is the line drawn of the future painted with trust. Yeah, trust. You're learning how to trust each other, but I feel like now it's a whole different thing, because perhaps before in the past, either in this particular relationship or in past relationships, it was really hard to trust another person because maybe you did not trust yourself yet. And that's something that we have to learn to do, to trust ourselves. Relationships get so much better when we work on ourselves. And when you're with someone who appreciates the work that you do on yourself, right? Like they notice, like, yeah, you're doing this differently, or you're doing that better. Or, you know, sometimes you can toot your own horn. You can be like, do you notice that now I do this instead of doing that? And, you know, more than likely they'll be like, yeah. And then you might want to toot their horn too and be like, yeah, I notice how you do this. And I really like that, you know? So you can compliment each other. You might compliment each other. Chain. Loyalty is the chain that links you together, unbreakable. Yeah. Yeah. Sports might be significant, because I was hearing chain gang. Chain gang. Did I say gang? I don't know. Chain gang, like in football, in American football. And you know, when they do that, the chain gang, they have to work together. So it's something about working together on your loyalty. Working together to be loyal to one another. And for a team effort. You know? Working together like a team. These aren't chains of bondage. It's actually chains of freedom, because when you have loyalty in a relationship, you can feel free to love. If you're always second guessing and feeling insecure and like, I don't know, you know, they're always doing this or they're always doing that, it makes a person uncomfortable, and it makes them feel like they can't just, this is my lover and I trust them because they are trustworthy. You know? If you haven't trusted people in the past, maybe they weren't trustworthy. You know? I'm picking up on that it wasn't like necessarily always a situation of like you needing to trust yourself more. There could have been some of that, but maybe someone was not trustworthy. And so being in a relationship with a person who honors your trust is so important. Restart. Every act of forgiveness is a fresh beginning in love. Yeah. So you've chosen to... I heard let bygones be bygones. And listen, that's a very personal thing. So if there's something that... if that doesn't resonate with you, then hey. But in a union that is peaceful, yeah, there has to be forgiveness. Because like I may have... you know, well, I'm a woman, so I don't do that. But like when somebody leaves the toilet seat up, like I might have to just forgive you for that because you didn't put it down. Or, you know, maybe I left something out and it looks messy or something. You know, it's like constant forgiveness, but then also a constant desire to be loyal to one another and respect each other. Like where you're not trying to hurt each other, but if you slip up, at least there's this desire to make it right and to always do better, you know? Balance. And something about having an adventure together. All right, it came through in a past reading. That was a very different vibe though. It was like there was somebody that you had left, or the Divine Collective had left in the past, and they should not travel together. But this is different. This could be an actual trip, or it could just be about allowing life to be an adventure. Like every day, like what are we going to experience together? Okay? What are we going to get into today? What are we going to explore? What are we going to discover? There's something about that. Like almost becoming like kids again. where you're doing fun things. You know what I'm getting for some of you is that this could be where, like, maybe in the past you had young children when you were in this relationship, and you know how life is when you have little kids. It's like it can be different in that you're like, are they okay? And especially being a young parent, it's like everything is like, oh my God, are they okay? But what I'm getting is that you've learned to trust and you don't worry. And so there's much more room to just explore and discover and to experience adventures together. Enjoying life. Yeah, so whoever that was trying to come against all this, they failed. They failed in a big way. And you're winning. So enjoy your wins. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I'm so grateful that you allowed them to flow through me. And thank you, beautiful being. I'm so thankful that you took the time to tune in. I'm getting tired now, y'all. I'm ready to go to bed. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And I'm thankful for your likes, your kind comments, your shares, your subscribes, your hypes, your donations, every bit of beautiful energy that you send to In Her Dreams. I'm so truly grateful for. I love you, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.